We have Group Captain RK Narang with us, who is the Senior Fellow IDSA, and also he's an expert uh, in what kind of drones we are using and what kind of drones Pakistan is using. He has done a lot of research in drone warfare also. So let us begin with what kind of drones are you watching, you are seeing in this conflict between India and Pakistan?
See, what I'm seeing is Pakistanis are resorting to using small to medium drones. Uh, we must understand what Pakistan, where does this capability Pakistan obtains? Uh, they have different sources of drone manufacturing, and they have been doing drone manufacturing of, I can say, small to medium and low, miniature class of drones for quite some time. They have some drones being manufactured under license from Selex Italy, which is a Falco drone. They have obtained CH-3 and CH-4 drone from China. Akinci, which is a medium altitude, long endurance drone, recently they had acquired it from Turkey. And they also have indigenous industry, which is housed in PAC Kamra, where they are developing Shahpur and Ukab drones, which are, I think, you can say below TB2 class, small drones, but reasonably big. And then they have small drones being manufactured by their private industry. These small drones can be quadcopter to target drone class of UAVs, which can be converted into swarm or loitering munition. So they have certain capabilities, and these are low cost options for them. And now when you look at what we have for that, I think India has been investing a lot of time on developing a counter drone capability. And this counter drone capability, I think I attribute a lot of this capability coming due to initiatives of Government of India of Atmanirbharta. Now this Atmanirbharta is paying dividends because we are seeing some of these systems emerging out of which are in the shroud. DRDO has developed a drone D4 system, which is a drone detect, deter and destroy system, which has a multi-sensor, multi-shooter system. It has got a radar which can pick up drone at a certain distance, and then it has got an electro-optic which visually picks up a drone, and infrared systems. Then it has got an RF detector also. And for neutralization, they have a RF jammers. Then we have a laser, hard kill systems. Hard kill, I mean, where it will destroy a drone. In fact, it was recently developed and demonstrated in the public media space. So those are the capabilities which, and in addition to that, India launched a innovation initiatives in 2018, which is called Innovation for Defense Excellence. Now this was launched by Department of Defense Production and a special organization under it, Defense Innovation Organization. Now these entities really motivated our Indian innovators to develop different kind of capabilities. And the outcome is we have our, drone jammers, which many of drone innovators have developed, like Gurutha system and some other systems are there. What these people provided us was indigenous capability when we were looking abroad. But I think we need to carry forward this. Now this capability, this war, or that, I'll not call it a war, that initial, irresponsive of a pre-war kind of scenario, where India has always been saying that we don't want to escalate. We are only exercising our right to respond. And these situations provide us right opportunity to test these systems, deploy them, validate, upgrade, and develop the world-class capability. Because these systems can be upgraded, but I think we need to just continue hand-holding them. We will be able to do much better.
You are trying to tell me that doesn't matter how many drones Pakistan sends into India's territory, we are able to handle them and destroy them with our own capabilities, which are being developed indigenously also.
Yes. We see in the larger context, if you see air defense, if we have the fighters or big missiles coming, we have S-400. Then we have a Akash missile. In fact, Akash missile, if you look at the trajectory, it has become a potent surface-to-air weapon system. And I'm sure it will emerge as a much more potent system after these incidents. Because what you must realize is the real war situation really let you improve your systems. And I'm sure we will be able to do much better. Similarly, we also have a medium range surface to air missiles, which is being developed in collaboration with our partners. So I think those capabilities will be improved. And our radars, which probably we had for picking up bigger drones. Now we are developing radars which can pick up small drones, which probably will be tested, validated, and I'm sure they will improve. But we must keep focusing, remain focused on improvising these systems and upgrading it to the operational best standards. And I think we will give some of these technologies to the world if we really remain focused. We should not get diverted. Another thing which probably I would like to tell you is we have developed so many indigenous our own drones. So they say attack is the best defense. So I think the first credit goes to Indian Air Force, which launched the Meher Baba Swarm competition on 8th October 2018, when they had a very ambitious plan of developing a swarm. And yesterday we had seen a swarm from Pakistan side coming into Indian territory. Now, these swarms were developed, improvised, and now, in fact, integrated in the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force and Indian Armed Forces have the capability to deploy these swarms, and this will have a devastating effect on Pakistan if they are used in a manner. But only thing is, when they use it, when to use it, it is the choice we hold. We also developed a drone called loitering drones. In fact, if you go back, AL-50, Nagastra, and some other counter drones, loitering drones. What is loitering drone? Loitering drone is a drone which flies for a long duration. It remains in airborne. It can be recovered. Sometimes it can just wait for it and then strikes the target. So the advantage of these loitering drones is it can pinpoint and hit the target with minimum collateral damage. So you are not hitting the civilians if as far as possible, unless it's too unfortunate. Endeavor of India is to reduce that attrition to the civilian population, but at the same time have the effectiveness and precision. Now, if you see, when we conducted the strike on 9 targets, it was so precise. Sometimes it had gone and hit right in the middle of the building, not left, right, and center. Now, these capabilities, I'm sure, with these strikes will give more experience to Indian innovators to upgrade them, modify them, and develop it further. And we must not lose sight of indigenous capabilities which have been developed. And I think a great effort by Indian innovators and industry, including DRDO, DPSUs, and the private industry, which has really come up a long way, because small drone innovations were led by the private sector, which probably now is catching up with the big players joining in this endeavor.
Which are the drones that India used against Pakistan? Do you know anything about that?
No, see, I will not be talking about operations because I'm not privy to it. It is the service, the defense forces who would take a call which drone to employ, but I can just tell you one thing: we have the capability. We have loitering munitions, we have surveillance munitions, we have logistic drones, we have swarm drones, we have various capabilities which can be deployed as the requirement arises. And deployment philosophy, I think it will rest with the services.
How do you assess Pakistan's power, Pakistan's strength in terms of its drone capability? Because Turkey is good in developing drones. China is also good in developing drones. So, because they must be getting help from China and Turkey. So, how do you assess the capability of Pakistan?
See, you look at Pakistan-Turkey collaboration goes long back when Pakistan started manufacturing parts of Anka UAVs, and PAC Camera manufactures parts of Anka UAVs. But that was learning the part of drone manufacturing. Remember, Pakistan industry was already developing small drones at that time, small drones and target drones. So I think they were trying to upgrade their capability because their indigenous programs were parallelly being run with the help of Shahpur and Ukab and other projects. So I think it was a learning experience for them. Second part came when they acquired Bayraktar Akinci UAV. But Bayraktar Akinci UAV, if in a real combat scenario, will find it difficult to survive. It will have certain capabilities, but if you think it can participate in a real combat scenario, I'm little skeptical about it. The smaller drones are the expendable drones, because Akinci is an expensive drone. So they can provide certain capabilities, but not beyond that. The main concern comes from the China, which supplies which has the biggest manufacturers of small drone, and it has a full supply chains in China. And Pakistanis have been working on developing small drones. So I think this small drone segment is what Pakistan will be working on. And from Indian side, they will have a good response, because as I said, Indians have also developed certain capabilities, and we will be able to use it. It is just a matter of time when and where we decide to use it.
We haven't seen, at least we don't know about it, that we have not seen swarm drones being used by India on Pakistan. But we have recently seen records are being set in swarm drone capabilities by indigenous, by people, by the manufacturers who develop swarm drone technology indigenously. So these are very intelligent drones and very effective drones. Do you think, sir, if we use it, it is going to be difficult for them?
See, India is a very, we have a very pragmatic approach. We want to use it for our welfare of the people. Like, Indian drone manufacturers wanted to use it for swarm displays, so that we don't use firecrackers and we don't, pollute our pollution. That's the thinking of Indian innovators. Similarly, we wanted to use these swarm drones for humanitarian assistance, disaster relief. Some drone will provide communication, somebody will supply food supply, somebody will supply medicine. That is a thought Indians were working on. In fact, that was the theme of Meher Baba competition. But subsequently, we realized that we may need a armed variant also. So we have the civil and military capabilities, and should it escalate further, the capability, as I said, exists. And remember, Indian armed forces have inducted armed swarm drone. And if you go back a little, 15th June 2021, on Army Day, armed swarm drone was displayed in Army Day. And from there on, we have further improved our systems. I'm sure some capability exists. It is only up to us when and where to use. Why we have not used it? Because, India has said it again and again that we don't want to escalate. We want to only retain the right of response. How long it will carry on, I think the government will take a decision as situation demands. We are showing a lot of patience. It all depends on Pakistan. The responsibility is on Pakistan whether it wants to escalate or not.
The last question to you is, which are India's top most drones that can be used in defense of India?
India has many drones, so I will not talk about drones, but I'll tell you, we have loitering drones, we have swarm drones, we have logistic drones, we have other capabilities which probably as required they can do it. So I will not like to name one particular thing, but here I think I would like to highlight two parts about salience of air power. What you must understand is, till now, Indians were reluctant to use air power against terrorism, probably because they thought air power is escalatory. But this situation has demonstrated that air power can be used in not only a conventional war, but less than conventional war scenarios only. Now, it's not automatically escalatory. It's only on the opponents how they want to do it, but it's not automatically escalatory. So salience of air power has been restored and reaffirmed. I'll say not restored, reaffirmed, which probably many people had started casting doubts on it. Because air power provides you more opportunities. See, we have not lost any life so far. That wouldn't have been possible if we had not used air power. If we had, let's say, done any ground attack, probably, there are situations we'll do it. So at least it provides you more options to the government or armed forces. And this part has to be taken into consideration if we have to really plan our future.
Will Pakistan be able to handle a swarm drone attack from India? Because its air defense system has already failed in the attack that India did on Pakistan.
See, what you must understand is, a swarm drone is just it's a system. It will hit the target. they might be able to, neutralize a few of them, but it will pass through their air defenses. Now, if you are not on a suicide mission, any reasonable, rational thinking person would not like to escalate. If someone has to die, then I think it is the decision with the person who is taking a call. A sensible person, knowing the capability and having understood that, Indian government initially, when Indian Armed Forces carried out strike, they categorically said that we have not struck any civilian or a military target. Now, that was the intent. Because terrorists have struck us, we took it. Thereafter, escalation on 7th night was taken by the Pakistan side, not by Indian side. And even yesterday, when you saw it, it was again the Pakistan which had gone into that level. So we at every stage we are saying it, but even Ministry of Defence statement said we hold the right to respond, and we will exercise it when required.
We have the right to respond, and we will exercise it when required. And as far as India's drone capability is concerned, as Group Captain Narang said, India is capable enough to handle any kind of attack from Pakistan in terms of drones, and because India also have quite capable anti-drone systems. Nivriti Mohan, News 9.